Hi, this is the Arp of Darkness, and it's running a new firmware, version 1.3.2. Today's video, I'm going to cover some of the new features with the firmware, which, by the way, you can download at flat6modular.com for free. So feel free to grab it, flash it to your module. It's a free upgrade. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what new features I've added to it. So, what are the new features? Well, I've added the ability to save, load, and clear the buffer sequence. So let's take a look at how that works, and then we can talk about some of the applications for it. So right now, I have a buffer sequence of 5 notes that I like. That sounds pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and save that to the EEPROM. All I have to do is press and hold the octave down button for about a second, and while still holding it, press save. So 1/1000, save. That's it. That sequence is now saved to the EEPROM. And if I were to turn the module off and turn it back on, that will still be there. So those notes will be playing. It's really good for gigging musicians. If you have a patch exactly the way you need it to be, you don't have to reprogram anything in when you get to your gig and pull everything up. But there's other applications to it, and you can load it on the fly. It doesn't just load at reboot. You have the ability to load it dynamically. So if I have something and I save it on the fly like this, and then I change it, let's say I move on to, I don't know. It's cool. Jam out with that for a little bit. And then I decide I want to go back, I want to reload. All I have to do is reload either instantly or from a queued fashion. Instantly, I hold down the octave down button again for 1 second and press load, and it happens immediately. And we're back. Just reloaded the sequence. But there's also a queued load. So let's change it. And what the queued load does, it's using the octave up button instead of the octave down. And that waits until the end of the current buffer, so it plays the last note and then switches back to the old sequence. So let's try that. 1/1000, load. See how it waited? And now it's back. So it's just a way to do it kind of in sync and buy yourself a second when you're doing other things in a live performance. So you can get creative with that. And then you can save on the fly. And then you can save on the fly again. So now that is saved, and I can and then let's pull it back. See how that works? So then, why would I have added a clear? The reason I decided to add clear sequence is there's a technique that I use in performance, and I've seen some other people use, in which you build the sequence. So we have a 5-note buffer right now, but the way the Arp of Darkness works is you can build notes gradually until you fill that buffer. So if I clear it, clear. There you go. All notes have been cleared. It's literally whatever your oscillator is set to, it's just going to hit that note. But if I only want to add 2 notes to the buffer to start, and then add a third, you get it, all the way up to the 5th. It's a way to reconstruct that makes the Arp of Darkness fun. And then I can go back to load, and we're back. And then we'll save. So those are the new features and functions, but you're also looking at this right now probably thinking, wait a minute, that looks different. Well, yeah, it is. So I've added a lot of features to the Arp of Darkness over the past year. There's been multiple firmware upgrades, and it was starting to get a little confusing without any of them being marked on the faceplate. So I decided to go ahead and do that. And so all new Arp of Darknesses, black and silver, will have the playback modes, the queue, the instant, clear, save, load, and reset. That's just coming on the faceplates now. But I felt kind of bad about doing that. I didn't want to force everybody who bought one to say, okay, I need to now go buy one of these new faceplates. They will be available if people want to buy them, but I'm a DIY guy. And so there's a free and cheap way to do this. There's actually a page in the manual that talks about why I decided to upgrade the faceplate to update it. But on this page, there are actually printouts of the markings, and you can print this on vinyl paper if you do it high quality and you have stickers for either the silver. If you're going to do a silver faceplate, you'll want to do it on clear vinyl stickers, or you can do white vinyl stickers for the black panel. And if you print them out and cut them out, DIY, you can make your own faceplate with the markings for little to no money. So anyways, I've added a number of different features to the Arp of Darkness over the past year or so. So if you haven't upgraded the firmware at all, go ahead and download the latest firmware. Make sure you check out the manual because it'll walk you through everything. I also have another video that I think it was 1.3.1, added a lot of these playback modes, direct select, reset, things like that. But explore it and have fun with it. Thanks so much for watching.